realm of public life, each gesture is an assertion of dominance, submission, or neutrality, declaring where authority resides. Most sabotage themselves not in open conflict, but through quiet forfeiture, letting small moments erode their standing. Today you will discover timeless warnings echoed by Machiavelli himself. 9 fatal errors that must never be made when the world is watching. Should one seek to be honored, feared, and protected from disgrace, these must be understood. Judgment is not passed in solitude, but amid the energy of crowds. Among observers, one becomes either a pillar of strength or an emblem of caution. If the narrative of your presence is not self-scripted, the role of your downfall will be assigned by others. I am Niccolo Machiavelli, a guide not to what actions should be taken, but to what must always be avoided. If your desire is to govern with princely command, rather than fade away ignobly. Number Wedi. Conceal your inner storms. Never let emotion breach your public mask. Whether facing an audience or when disaster grows unseen, remain reserved. For in the courts of influence, emotion meets scrutiny, not empathy. Every scanned glance, soft tremor, breathed sigh, or involuntary reaction is noted, dissected, converted into tools by others. To show feelings before a crowd is not a show of strength, but of gamble. Know this: public grounds are not safe grounds. They are gladiatorial arenas. You are creature or captive, predator or prey. Tears do not draw mercy, they signal vulnerability. Rage does not imply righteousness, it reflects volatility. Panic doesn't compel aid, but incites advantage-taking. Demonstrating raw feeling lays out your patterns. Exposing them makes your strategies predictable, and in being predictable, you suffer defeat. The world champions strategy over honesty, rewarding those masterful in expression, not those open. The stoic, the composed, the unreadable always command intrigue, where mystery is power itself. Is the deciphered man more threatening than the one unread? Let those less attuned cling to bravery as tears fall publicly. Let naivete breed the myth that breakdowns win compassion. You must be otherwise. Greet crisis with a smile. Respond to attack softly. Freeze your features as the heart roars within. Withhold vulnerability, for the crowd will exploit, not shelter, your exposed heart. Number 2. Zen. Never engage in loud dispute in common spaces. When volume overtakes reason, one's command is surrendered. Many mistake shouting for dominance, believing that noise establishes influence. Yet such volume merely renders one emotionally undisciplined. Discipline begets control. The boisterous man fights to prove himself. True power requires no announcement. Public altercation leaks your pride points, insecurities, and limits. Moments of anger provide your adversaries with a blueprint. Observers recall not the debate's merit, but the spectacle of lost poise. Assess as a prince. Does the sovereign lower himself to argue before his subjects, defend himself before inferiors? He knows silence proves more formidable than any spoken word. When conflict erupts publicly, both participants lose stature, but the measured and reserved become untouchable, enveloped in intrigue. Mystery provokes more curiosity than confrontation. Spectacle invites gossip, while temper gives away the story. Those ruled by emotion allow their enemies the blueprint to strike. Authority is not established by overpowering others, but mastering oneself. Raising one's voice publicly already reduces one's own stature. 3. Never display desperation. Let no sign of need infect your posture, speech, or even your quiet moments. Desperation escapes the desperate, but to others it's a potent signal, tainting every action, request, or attempt to impress. It undermines worth instantly. The eager applicant is soon denied, not for lack of merit, but lack of dignity through neediness. In politics, romance, negotiation, the desperate lack leverage and options, appearing ripe for exploitation. The hungry are studied, not fed, and soon discarded. Behave as if nothing is lacking. No event or person inseparably essential. Once they sense you need something, manipulation follows and your stature crumbles. The skilled prince remains unreadable regardless of hardship, appearing composed, standing tall, speaking evenly. This calculated illusion compels respect. For once you betray desperation, predation begins. People prefer confidence, even feigned, to desperation. Those who can appear ready to walk away wield more respect. Panic, if felt, must remain private. Entreaties are withheld. Rejection invites a tranquil smile. The world observes, measuring whether you are predator or prey. Number 4. C. Never lavish excessive flattery. In life's public theater, endless compliments breed suspicion, not regard. Words meant to curry favor rarely earn it. They instead signal weakness, which is noted and not forgotten. Too frequent praise seems strategic, awakening questions about sincerity. Once suspected, reputation grows thin. One is labeled insincere, manipulative. Excessive adulation positions you lower in the social order, raising others at your expense. Hierarchy responds keenly. Even subtle gestures are remembered. Precision matters. A well-timed compliment is an alliance forged, but repetition is dilution, making approval cheap and the speaker submissive. Flattery is a velvet-covered blade, soft yet strategic, never revealing intent to win favor, never hinting at subservience. In public, equal presence wins respect, not the endless praise of a ruler. Number 50. Never openly criticize. Avoid all public rebuke, all insults levied in the presence of the crowd. Criticism declared before many amounts to a declaration of war, momentarily gratifying, but long remembered by the target and witnesses alike. The publicly shamed may smile or acquiesce, but inside a vow is made, a seed of vengeance sown. Every incision to pride creates a wound that seeks restoration, often not through negotiation, but retaliation timed for vulnerability. Public criticism breeds distrust, not just enmity. Spectators ask who you'll next turn on, questioning character. You've gained an enemy and induced unease in the rest. Wise powers eschew spectacle, applying critique privately, using subtlety, planning doubt, letting others reach conclusions without your fingerprints. Silence, distance, and subtlety outperform open confrontation. If a rival must be ruined, let it happen quietly. Be polite above the drama, a glass of wine in hand, always above the tumult. Number 6. Never strive to be the entertainer. The most humorous rarely hold the throne. The jester is not the sovereign. Wit and charm seduce attention and fleeting acceptance, but erode gravitas. The more laughter elicited, the more one is seen as harmless. A position void of value in the sphere of power. Need for approval and applause dissolves dignity, making the performer disposable. The entertainer is remembered but not revered. Respect is currency that cannot be counterfeited. Silence is not weakness, and laughter is not loyalty. Power passes to those who empower, not amuse. Princes do not perform, they command presence, their words chosen for weight. Forced humor singles out one's insecurities and beliefs. The wrong audience may later exploit. Mystery is formidable. Clownery is fraught with danger. Number 70. Keep private life private. Oversharing, pain, plans, history, transforms sacred armament and vulnerabilities into public property. Openness is mistake for connection, but the crowd is no confidant. It's a storied mirror. Anything shared becomes retained for future betrayal. Each confession is a removal of protective layers, ultimately giving away tactical advantage. A prince builds mystique, not familiarity. The more predictable and comprehensible, the less respected and feared. Sympathy and listening may be mere curiosity, not care. Stories retold as gossip, not tribute. Vulnerability becomes entertainment for others, and power wanes. In public, speak from the mask, not the heart. Display weapons, never wounds. Mystery yields stature, familiarity, contempt. Oversharing abdicates a fragment of rule with each word. Number 80. Never flaunt wealth or success. Parade too much and invite silent opposition. Show status and summon envy's sharp edge. Display awakens not admiration, but resentment. Those with less quietly plot rather than cheer, and even those who praise might nurse hidden grievances. Success, when ostentatiously broadcast, marks you as a target, not a leader. Subtlety shields the king. Quiet confidence implies prosperity, evoking respect and curiosity. Parading wins scrutiny and eventual challenge. Arrogance precedes decline. Let others suspect abundance. Never force the truth. Illusion of modesty is worth more than golden protection, preserving respect and sparing retaliation's timing. The admired often fall when they least expect, struck by those they've made to feel inferior. Number 9. C. Maintain mastery of body and voice. Before speech, presence expresses everything. Every movement, posture, stutter, or fidget speaks louder than language. Uncertainty detected undermines authority. Words matter, but the body must speak power. Weakness in posture, trembling hands, wavering tones speak volumes. Leadership begins in presence, not action. Enter with confidence before utterance. Let silence possess weight. Master composure and the threat of stillness. Unreadable leaders terrify those dependent on reactions. In public, control is paramount. Under attack, remain unmoved. Insult, respond with steadiness. Tested, slow the breath. Any slip hands advantage to adversaries. The body amplifies power or betrays it. Great leaders move with calm, and stillness equals strength. Wolves surround. Each look, word, and motion tests you. Power is attained through the quiet assurance in posture, a relentless vigilance. All is performance observed. Scripted speech matters less than unscripted motion. Careless moments undermine legacy irretrievably. Princes do not plead, boast, entertain, or explain. They observe, retain command, and strategically withhold. Mastery of reputation, strategic silence, and controlled presence is not mere etiquette, but law. Harsh necessity for dominance in unforgiving public spheres. Survival is earned not with swords, but through silent authority. Always, reputation forms the armor, silence the weapon, and image the domain. Defend or be devoured by those whose true motives remain hidden.